a Christian man came to Medina and he said, I want to meet Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I want to become Muslim. They told him the Prophet has died many years ago. He's passed away. But his grandson is here if you'd like to see him. He said, yes, I'd like to see him. He came to the masjid of the Prophet. He saw Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. He told Imam al-Hussein, I saw your grandfather and Jesus Christ in my dream. And Jesus Christ told me to come to Medina and to become Muslim, to follow your grandfather. Imam Hussein alayhi salam taught him what Islam is about. Then Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam told him, oh man, do you still remember how the Prophet looked like in your dream? He said, yes, the dream is still very vivid. I remember how he looks like. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam tells him at this point, would you like to see someone who's an exact copy of Rasulullah? The man said, yes, I would love to see someone like that. At that point, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, he said, my son Ali, come, my son. Go bring my son Ali. They brought Ali Akbar. He stood before this Christian man who had just converted. Imam al-Hussein tells him, oh man, look at this face. Is this how the Prophet looked like? The man, he looked at the face of Ali. And then he collapsed to the ground. He fainted. He almost lost his consciousness. When he got up, Imam al-Hussein told him, is that how the Prophet looks? He says, I swear by Allah, this young man looks exactly like the Rasulullah that I saw in my dream. Then Imam Hussein told him, oh man, if you had a son like him, and he'd be hurt, what would you do? He says, I couldn't stand it. If he's hurt, if he falls to the ground, if something happens to him, I would die out of pain. Imam Hussein tells him, oh man, but let me tell you, there will be one day in Karbala when I shall see my son dismembered and cut into pieces. May Allah help your heart. Oh Aba Abdullah, on the day of Ashura in the land of Karbala, the first from the family of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam to seek permission to go out to the battlefield was Ali al-Akbar. After the companions had been killed, Ali al-Akbar comes forward, my dear father, Aba Abdullah, please give me the permission to go out to the battlefield to fight these enemies. I am out of patience. Imam al-Hussein finally gives him permission. As Ali al-Akbar goes out to the battlefield, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam raises his hand in dua. And this was the first time officially Imam al-Hussein does a dua against the enemies. Imam al-Hussein says, oh Allah, you witness, لَقَدْ بَرَزَ إِلَيْهِمْ غلام أشبه الناس برسولك خلقا وخلقا ومنطقا. Oh Allah, bear witness that a young man has come to them. He looks like your Prophet most in terms of his looks, in terms of his demeanor and akhlaq. And whenever we would miss Rasulullah, we would look at this young man, Ali, my son. Oh Allah, seek revenge from these enemies for cutting off my line, for trying to kill my sons.